If you've ever looked at flights to Japan and thought, yeah, maybe one day when I have the money, this video is for you, because something wild has happened that most people haven't got onto yet. The Japanese yen has crashed, like properly fallen. It's at its weakest level in 40 years, and if you are traveling with dollars, euros, pounds or francs, Japan right now is cheaper than it's been in your entire lifetime. I'm gonna break down exactly how much a trip to Japan actually costs. Not the fantasy version, the real numbers. Where to go, when to go, how to get around without burning your budget, and the money-saving tricks that locals actually use. Let's get into it. Alright, let me give you the numbers that matter. A few years ago, $1 got you about 110 Japanese yen. Right now, in mid-2026, $1 gets you around 155 yen. Sometimes it's gone as high as 162. That is a massive shift. What does that actually mean for your wallet? It means a bowl of ramen that used to cost you $15 is now around $10. A hotel room that was $120 a night is now closer to $80. A bullet train ticket that would set you back $200 is now about $130. Everything just got a 30 to 40% discount. Not because Japan changed its prices, but because your money goes so much further. Japan has gone from one of the most expensive destinations on earth to somewhere that's genuinely cheaper than Western Europe. Comparable quality hotels, half the price of Paris, restaurant meals noticeably cheaper than London, and the quality still immaculate. Japan hasn't cut corners, your money just stretches twice as far. Now, let's talk about actually getting into Japan, because the rules have shifted and you need to know this before you book anything. First, the big one. Starting July 1st, 2026, Japan quintupled its visa fees. A single entry tourist visa went from 3,000 yen to 15,000 yen. That's from about $18 to $93. A multiple entry visa jumped from 6,000 to 30,000 yen, roughly $37 to $186. For many passports, including US, UK, EU, Canada, Australia, you don't need a tourist visa at all. If you are staying under 90 days, you just show up with your passport. But for a lot of countries, especially across Asia, Africa and parts of South America, the visa is required. If that's you, check your Japanese embassy website before anything else, because those fees are not small anymore. Second, there is a new system on the way called JESTA. It's like the ESTA for the US or the ETS for Europe. Even if you are from a visa-exempt country, you'll eventually need to submit some info online before you fly. It's expected to launch in 2028, so it's not here yet, but keep an eye on it. Bottom line, Japan is more welcoming than ever for tourism, but they're tightening the paperwork. Don't get caught out at the airport. When you visit Japan, changes your budget dramatically. Let me walk you through it. Cherry blossom season, late March to early April, is the most famous time to visit. It's also the most expensive. Hotels spike 20 to 25%. Trains are packed and you'll be shoulder to shoulder at every major temple. Same goes for peak autumn foliage in November, especially in Kyoto. The sweet spot, late May to early June, or late September to October. You'll catch nice weather, fewer crowds, and accommodation prices drop noticeably. May and June are green and lush. The gardens in Kyoto look incredible. September means comfortable temperatures and the start of those autumn colors without the November crowds. Here's the real budget secret. Winter. December through February, flights and hotels hit their lowest prices of the year. Tokyo in December is honestly magical, with the illuminations, and you can actually breathe at the famous temples without 1,000 people in your shot. You're trading shorter daylight. Tokyo gets about 10 hours in December, but the savings are serious. Plus, if you ever wanted to see snow-capped temples in Kyoto, that's your window. Japan can feel overwhelming to plan because there's so much to see. So let me give you the essential route that hits the highlights without stretching your budget. Tokyo. You need at least 3 to 4 days. This city is enormous and it rewards wandering. Shibuya crossing at night, the tiny alleyways of Shinjuku, Senzoji Temple in Asakusa, and the neon chaos of Akihabara. These are all free or nearly free. You can spend a whole day just walking districts and spend almost nothing. Kyoto. This is the Japan most people picture in their heads. Ancient temples, bamboo groves, geisha districts. Give yourself 3 days minimum. The Fushimi Inari Shrine with its thousands of orange torii gates is free. The Arashiyama bamboo forest is free. Walk in the Higashiyama district at sunset is free. You will pay at some temples, usually 500 to 1000 yen, so $3 to $7. But the big experiences cost nothing. For Osaka, 2 days. If Tokyo is the face of Japan, Osaka is the stomach. Dotonbori at night is an absolute feast. Giant neon signs, street food everywhere, pure energy. Takoyaki for 500 yen, kushikatsu for a couple hundred yen per skewer. You eat your way through this city. If you have time for day trips, Nara, 45 minutes from Kyoto, has the famous bowing deer and the massive Buddha Hall at Todaiji. Entry is 600 yen, that's $4. Hakone gives you those perfect Mount Fuji views across the lake. Hiroshima is a must if you have the time. The Peace Memorial Park is free and one of the most moving places you will ever visit. Transportation is where people either nail their budget or completely blow it. Let me make this simple. The Japan Rail Pass, everybody talks about it like it's mandatory. It's not. The JR Pass is amazing if you're doing Tokyo to Kyoto to Hiroshima and back in a week. At around 50,000 yen, about $335 for a 7-day pass, you need to calculate whether individual tickets would cost more. For a typical Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka route, they often don't. Buy the pass only if you are covering serious distance. For everything else, get an IC card. Suica if you land in Tokyo, Ikoka if you land in Osaka. They work across Japan on trains, buses, even at convenience stores. Just tap and go, no fumbling with ticket machines. One specific hack that's really worth knowing. Inside Tokyo and Osaka, take regular trains and not the Shinkansen. The distance between Tokyo and Kyoto is the only stretch where the bullet train makes sense. For day trips, regional trains are way cheaper and still fast by any normal standard. And an honest word about taxis. Don't, they're expensive. Traffic in Tokyo is brutal. And the trains go everywhere anyway. The public transport in Japan is honestly one of the best things about it. Here's some good news. Accommodation in Japan is surprisingly affordable right now, especially with the weak yen. Hostel dorms in Tokyo, Kyoto or Osaka run about 2,500 to 5,000 yen a night. That's $17 to $35. Private rooms in hostels go for about 6,000 to 9,000 yen, around $40 to $60. Japanese hostels are famously clean, well organized and often have really nice common areas. Capsule hotels. This is the classic Japanese budget experience, about 2,500 to 4,000 yen a night, roughly $17 to $27. They are small but surprisingly comfortable, and honestly, it's an experience in itself. Budget business hotels, chains like APA or Toyoko Inn, run about 8,000 to 11,000 yen a night for a private room. That's $53 to $73. Small rooms but spotless, and they're everywhere. For a 10-day trip, doing mostly hostels and the occasional budget hotel, you're looking at around 60 to 80,000 yen total for accommodation, about $400 to $535. Mix in a ryokan for one night as a splurge. Expect to pay 15 to 25,000 yen. That's 100 to 170 for an incredible traditional experience with dinner included. Food in Japan might be the biggest surprise. It's genuinely affordable, even at restaurants if you know where to go. Convenience stores, Konbini, 7-Eleven, Lawson, Family Mart. I know, it sounds unexciting, but Japanese convenience store food is on another level entirely. Onigiri for 120 to 200 yen, that's 0.80 to $1.30. Bento boxes for 400 to 700 yen, $3 to $5. Fresh, good quality, and they'll heat it up for you. For breakfast and quick lunches, this alone saves you a fortune. Casual restaurants, ramen shops, curry houses running sushi. A bowl of excellent ramen costs 800 to 1200 yen. About $5 to $8. Sushi plates at a kaiten sushi place go for 100 to 300 yen per plate. That's 65 cents to $2. You can eat like a king and spend 1500 yen, about $10. Supermarkets in the evening. Here's a hack. After about 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., fresh food like sushi, bento, and prepared meals get discounted, sometimes 30 to 50% off. It's perfectly good, they just can't sell it the next day. For a day of eating, convenience store breakfast, cheap ramen lunch, supermarket dinner, you're spending maybe 2,000 to 2,500 yen. That's $13 to $17. Even eating out for every meal at casual spots, you're at about 3,500 to 5,000 yen a day. That's $23 to $33. Alright, let's put it all together. 10 days in Japan per person, not including your flight. Budget level, hostel dorms, konbini breakfasts, casual ramen, curry lunches, supermarket dinners, mostly free temples and walking districts, 1 or 2 paid attractions, accommodation about 40,000 yen, $265, food about 25,000 yen, $165, local transport about 10,000 yen, $67, activities about 5,000 yen, $33, add maybe 30,000 yen for a 7-day JR pass if you're doing Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima. Total without JR pass about 80,000 yen, roughly $530 for 10 days. With the JR pass about 110,000 yen, around $735. Mid-range budget hotel private rooms, casual restaurants for most meals, 1 nice dinner, more paid temples and museums. Accommodation 90,000 yen, $600. Food 45,000 yen, $300. Transport 15,000 yen, $100. Activities 15,000 yen, $100. JR pass 50,000 yen, $335. Total about 215,000 yen, roughly $1,435 US. So, quick recap, 5 things to remember. Number 1, go in late spring or early autumn for the best prices and weather. Number 2, check your visa requirements before you book anything. Those fees jumped hard. Number 3, get an IC card, skip taxis, and only buy the JR pass if you are covering serious distance. Number 4, eat at konbini for breakfast, ramen shops for lunch, and hit the supermarket after 7 p.m. And number 5, the free stuff is world class: temples, shrines, walking districts, bamboo forests. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I'm building out an entire series of these real cost travel guides. Next one is already in progress. Thanks for watching, travel well, and I'll see you in the next one.